Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. It's the one we've been building toward this whole time. It's the thing that everything is always made for. That is WrestleMania.
The big dance, the show, the granddaddy of them all. And of course, it has to open
with Mr. WrestleMania. Oh my goodness. So I'll be honest with you. I waffled back and forth between the true original show opener, which was Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy for the Cruiserweight title, or this match. Because to me, if you're not going to close the show, you want to open the show. And if you're going to open a show, you're going to want to open a show with Mr. WrestleMania and the King of the World, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, the Demo God. Oh my goodness, every nickname.
Le Champion.
Le Champion, exactly.
The Ocho.
The Wizard.
The Wizard.
Oh my goodness. I love Chris Jericho.
Man of 1,004 holds.
You just made the list.
Basically, what we're saying is these two are legends and deserve to open WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you here, Oz. I don't have any notes.
There's nothing to say. Yeah. Just watch the match.
Just watch the match.
The match it's perfect.
Yeah.
It literally is the perfect WrestleMania match.
I just say I have no changes. The match goes to the same beat, same story motions. And at the end, Shawn goes for the handshake, gets the handshake, Jericho kicks him the balls.
Perfect.
I literally don't change it.
There's no reason to.
I was about to say.
So, I have to change the SmackDown because there are no tag team titles on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So the first match for the SmackDown brand at Alpha Entertainment Worldwide WrestleMania is the Iron Addicts.
This is our first Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Mania.
Yes.
Oh
Last year's WrestleMania was WCW versus WWF.
And this year, Alpha Entertainment Worldwide.
Love it.
Doing it big.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the match.
It is the Iron Addicts. They are challenging the best first generation. It is a match unlike Shawn and Jericho that stayed in the ring primarily and was a solid wrestling match.
Of course.
This is big boys throwing heavy hands.
Meat.
Oh yes, exactly. It's a meat match. And this meat match happens around ringside, up the ramp. It's happening in the ring.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's a ring there. Yeah.
but it's because it's Team Extreme Tornado rules, they can be going about the arena doing
all around the world
chaotic stuff.
Love it.
And there's been a weak link throughout the thread of the story en route to WrestleMania. Do you remember who that is? On the team of the champion side.
The champions team, that'd be that old man with no quads, Kevin Nash.
So, Kevin, who has been the weak link, is unrelenting when it comes to his assault
has something to prove
on Mark Jindrak.
Makes sense.
Because Mark is the guy who's had his number a few times over, actually.
He's been running up.
And while Kevin is trying to prove his value to the team, Mark decides to tie him up
Mhm.
in a half Boston Crab out on the ramp.
Dang.
But while Kevin is debating, can he last? Can he make it? Vascular Val, he is going for a big splash, but there's nobody in the pool. He misses, and while he's trying to get up from said move, eats a scissors kick, an axe kick. 1, 2, 3. Booker T retains the titles for the champions.
Booker T holds it down for the team, baby.
But while the referee comes for the 3 at the ring, that's when Kevin is tapping at the ramp. So
Kevin.
So while the champions do retain, Kevin is still proving to be the lesser of the 3. And so with that, the best first generation do retain their championships. And the next match on the show, while not for a title, is for something
just as important.
I will say.
Just kidding.
Well, when it comes to ladies and appearance, it is valuable.
Yes, absolutely. And we're talking, if you haven't caught on already, we're talking about the Molly versus Victoria hair versus hair match. So yes, like my esteemed colleague was saying, especially when it comes to appearance, especially in this time frame in real life, it was a huge deal if a woman had to shave her head.
Absolutely.
Actually, it was a huge deal when Punk did it in 2009.
Yes.
For Serena Deeb.
Right.
And obviously this has a really cool story of Molly just really, really, really wanted to be on Mania.
Oh, I love that.
And said, hey, listen, I'll do whatever. You can shave my head if you want.
And the old man said, I think I will.
Was that head shave? I'm in.
I'm in. Say no more.
And you know what? They had a great match on WrestleMania, so shame on Vince for not having them on anyway. So, this has a lot of very similar beats. Obviously, this match happens a year in the future.
And the other thing is, in real life, they had opposite personalities.
Yes.
Molly was the heel in real life, and in our world, she's babyface. And Victoria was
valiant as can be, too.
Yes. And so that's why this can't be the exact WrestleMania 20 match.
Yes. Hence why I was like, similar beats.
Absolutely.
Not the same.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm totally with you.
So these two, though, have a great match because that's
what we do.
Here. That's what we expect here. Yes. Basically, the match breaks down though when the Black Widow Alliance, Jackie and Ivory, come out. Molly, of course, says, "I don't have time to beat both of you up individually, so I will just hit one Molly go around to the outside of the ring on both of them."
That works.
Crowd goes wild because
it's a big move.
They're about to say big high spot. Of course, Molly slides back in. Victoria hits the Widow's Peak. 1, 2, kick out. Crowd loses it. I'm like, oh my God, Molly's gonna do it. Molly's gonna do it. Molly hits the quick snatch roll up. 1, 2, kick out from Victoria. Victoria shuts everything down with a massive clothesline. Very JBL-esque in the clothesline from Hell variety.
Right.
Pretty much takes Molly's head off. Ironically, she's going to take her head off soon.
Right.
Because she hits the Widow's Peak and gets the 1, 2, 3. Very sad moment, but yes, Molly does lose. And the other members of the Black Widow Alliance drag her out. Obviously, they have the barber chair gimmick.
Yep.
They hold her down and they cut her hair, shave her.
Yeah, on the upside is I can actually show that part.
Yeah, I was about to say nice and easy.
Yes, that is beneficial.
But yes, and that is that.
So, my next match was not announced for WrestleMania. But what it is prompted by events that occurred on the pre-show. So there was backstage.
Oh, I just throw it in there. Dreamer retained the hardcore title against Rico in the pre-show.
Perfect.
I actually write it down.
Awesome. So on the pre-show, much like how in real life the FBI beat down Nathan Jones to take him out of the tag match with Big Show, A-Train, and Taker.
For sure.
On our pre-show, the MPAA of Rodney Mack, Farouk, and Bradshaw, along with Teddy Long, they're harassing the Hurricane. And at this, when they're harassing, when they're pushing him around and being bullies.
Yeah, I'm about to say being those high school bullies back in the 80s.
Eddie Guerrero stands up for, not so much for Hurricane, but for the fact that the NPA were part of the crew that cost him his Intercontinental title match. And so Stephanie says, tonight, MPAA, Eddie, Hurricane, and Chavo, 6-man action.
Hey,
this is an actual, legitimate 6-man tag match, though. Not
not a tornado.
Not a tornado. Not title. Not the title rules.
These are traditional rules, ladies.
Correct. And it's the only traditional tag team match on the show. Because, and that's the reason I book it this way, right? Because mine...
No, it's not.
What?
Orton, Flair, Deadly Riders.
Oh, okay. What I meant was...
Yeah, I get it.
So my trios match isn't traditional for the titles. Your
tag title match
is not traditional.
Most definitely not traditional.
Yes. So it's an additional, that's what I mean, tag match.
I gotcha.
So, the reason this match is happening is I wanted to get the TV title seen, but not defended.
Yeah, because it's not on TV.
Farouk, who got a big win over Chuck Palumbo, wanted to come on the show. Mm-hmm. And, Bradshaw's here too.
Yeah,
but most importantly, what this is, in match, it is Eddie Guerrero concrete solidifying with Chavo the emergence of Eddie's dream of Tres Hombres Dominio when Eddie hits... It took me a few months.
There you go.
When Eddie hits the Three Amigos on Rodney Mack, when he tags in Chavo, and Chavo gets the 1, 2, 3 on Rodney and wins the match for the good guy side.
Love to see it. Good for Hurricane getting a Mania win, by the way.
Yeah.
Happy for the guy.
I just felt like with him getting that win over Rock, he had to get on show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's basically why I was like, okay, gotta make this happen somehow.
Hey, no argument for me. All right. And now here comes the match that Oz so lovingly dubbed Tag Chaos.
Yeah, Tag Chaos.
And you know what? I can't even argue.
As a matter of fact, Ring of Honor may have actually given it the best name, which is Ladder Wars.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Ladder Wars is a good name.
That's probably the most accurate representation of what this match is about to be. So, let's run through our participants, ladies and gentlemen.
Champions.
The Samoan SWAT team.
Yes, sir.
Wrestling's greatest tag team of Austin Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
The Dudley Boys. Duh.
I mean, my goodness.
The arguably actual wrestling's greatest tag team.
So if it's not them, if it's not the Dudley Boys, I can think of a very select few teams that are arguably the best. Dudleys.
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors. I think Harlem Heat have an argument to be made.
Argument, for sure.
As much as I love the Steiner brothers, I feel like Scott has overshadowed the team so much that they almost fell off. So the only other two that I'm going to say are modern teams, but they've earned it. Usos and New Day.
I'll always champion the New Day. New Day are my favorite.
Oh my goodness.
Stable.
Dude.
Easily.
Austin Watson.
Oh, yeah. Dude's amazing.
Needs to be pushed.
Yeah. He needed to be pushed the entire time he's existed, but yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. Like, so, to be fair to him, he's king of the ring, which is awesome. That's great.
I'm not mad.
I know he's always wanted
I'm not mad at his accomplishments. I'm mad at his lack of additional accomplishments.
Yes.
So
if the fact he has no singles championships in his entire WWE
if I could pick one man in the whole company to make my top guy of my upstart promotion, it's him. If I could pick one bad guy to make my top bad guy, do you know who it'd be?
Who?
Kevin Kessler.
Remind me who that is.
Karrion Kross.
Is that his actual name?
Yeah, his real name is Kevin Kessler.
Never knew that.
But the reason being is I just think that they are both so underutilized.
Very valid. Very valid.
And the funny thing, though, is I think that there's an argument to be made that even though I would push Kevin Kessler as my top bad guy, I think that he'd be top babyface within 3 years.
Definitely possible.
And do you know why? Chris Van Vliet.
You just have a great interview with him?
Couple of them, actually.
Yeah, Wooden's great.
Couple of them.
He's just a great interviewer.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, he brings such positivity to pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's so nice. Such a great guy. But yeah, no. Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, Austin Watson, whatever you want to name them.
I'm all about real world.
If you haven't noticed, Oz is a big fan of people's actual names.
Yes. Yeah. Colby Lopez, Austin Watson, Kevin Kessler.
Massive fan. But
Wyndham Rotunda. The list goes on.
As we continue.
Yes.
But yeah, no, like Woods by far could be a top guy.
I think so, yeah.
If pushed that way.
Do you know what Kofi Kingston's real name is?
Isn't it actually Kofi?
I don't know. That's why I asked you. I don't know.
Yeah. His actual name is Kofi. I can't pronounce his last name.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think it's Kingston. I can tell you that.
No, it's most definitely not Kingston. That is.
Gotcha.
That is stage.
Okay, cool.
Big E's is Ettore Ewing.
I thought it was Ewing. Like
Ewing.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks like Ewing. Like
Listen, Ettore is the hard part. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Patrick Ewing, right?
Yeah.
New York player.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing, basketball player.
Nets.
Knicks.
Knicks. That's right. That one.
Yeah.
Too many New York teams.
It was funny because none of them are actually in New York.
Really?
Jersey and okay, no, never mind. Sorry, the Nets are in Brooklyn.
Okay.
The Knicks, I'm pretty sure, in Jersey.
I don't know. I don't really.
Can't remember.
Sports. My point was,
don't really care.
It looked like Ewing.
So, yeah.
And so whether it's
probably
Ewing or not, I always thought of Patrick Ewing.
Probably right.
He was in Space Jam, right?
Yeah, he was. Actually, yeah.
Love that movie.
To be fair, a lot of people were in Space Jam,
Yeah,
so I had to actually
Bill
know
Murray?
it down in my head. Bill Murray did great work in there. Actually, he's like, all right, I'm done for the night, guys. Did we review that movie on this show?
Huh? Not yet.
That'll be the pipeline some point. We'll keep that in there.
Yeah, Space Jam's fun.
Good movie. Okay. Sorry. Samoan SWAT team, your tag team champions. Wrestling's greatest tag team.
Yes.
Dudley Boys, Sean O'Hare and Kane, and Billy and Goldust.
Beautiful.
5-way tag title ladder match. Jesus Christ, I'm insane. So,
10 men.
there's a lot.
Yes.
So, I did have a great way to start this, though. So, we have...
On top of the cell.
No, we stack another cage on top of the cell, and then stack another cage on top. No, I'm joking. So...
I'm ready to rumble.
God. Man. We have fun here.
I know, right?
So...
There's still another show after the show.
Jesus, yeah, I forgot. All right, let me get to this match. So we have each team, each of the challengers, and each of the four corners. Samoan SWAT team standing dead center, middle of the ring. Everyone's staring them down. They watch as the titles rise into the rafters. I don't know if this building has a roof or not, but we'll say rafters.
Yeah, whatever the thing is that holds it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a baseball stadium, so they're gonna have to create the trust thing to hold it. Yeah.
Got it. Well, cool. And it pretty much just breaks down to all four teams charge the champions, and the champions are dropping everyone left and right.
Well, that's the beauty of Toa Reigns, Rosie, and Umaga fought too. Umaga.
Yeah.
Is that they just have that
They got that big body energy.
Exactly. And I think yes, Kane is humongous, and Goldust and
large body,
and
yeah.
Billy
they're tall. They're not huge.
Correct. But
well, they're huge, but
yeah, I get your point. But my point was that even though there are people that can rival these folks in their size, I mean, even though these aren't small fellas, my point is that they just feel like
big dudes.
They feel like they've got what it takes to stand tall. And here's the other thing. I know this is off topic. It makes me so mad that it took you and me to do this. When these talents were in the company, the real life company. Do you know what Rosie and Jamal were doing at WrestleMania 19?
Nothing.
Correct. Do you know what Sean O'Hare was doing at WrestleMania 19?
Probably nothing.
That is correct. And like the problem is the list goes on. You know what Haas and Benjamin were doing? They were just a company.
I'm about to say, were they just showing up?
Yeah, they just showed up with Kurt. It's so many.
That was real crazy. I don't even see Van Damme on the show, like, which is wild. Like,
yeah,
that's how much talent.
That's how much talent, exactly. And
trust me, I tried. I really tried to figure something out, but I'm like, There's already 12 matches on this show.
Yeah, I know. And so I was just saying how that it's crazy how it takes.
Yeah, it takes me and you to see talent in people that clearly have talent. Yeah, yeah, wild world we live in.
Whew.
But so they clear the ring. They are standing all by their lonesome. The other teams are just looking at each other like, Jesus Christ, I see why these guys are the tag champions.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, okay, well, there's no rules in this, right? So everyone grabs ladders, and then they just bull ram. So I just picked a guy from each team, 4 ladders, bang, right in the middle, drops those 2. We're off to the races.
That's beautiful. That's a great open.
Thank you.
Here's the important thing, though. It's all about how you leave them. So what is the finish of this match?
Yeah. So a lot of stuff breaks down. Benjamin does that. You remember that ladder run thing he did at
Money in the Bank? Yep.
So he does that. Takes out.
Please stand by. I love that spot now, by the way. The please stand by spot.
Yeah. Yep. Please hold George's. We'll be right back. So Benjamin takes out the Dudley boys with that dive. Benjamin and the Dudleys are out. We have Devon being taken out by Devil's Cruelty through a table.
Okay.
Set up at some point.
Yeah.
Sean starts climbing the cage. Kane is holding off the Samoan SWAT team. And in comes Goldust climbing up the other side of the ring. They're eyeing each other down. They're doing what you always do at the top of the ladder.
Of course, yes. You know, we have seen ladder matches.
Yep, 1,000 times.
So it's funny, I can think of multiple, especially intercontinental ladder matches that had Stardust in them, but I'm trying to think of an intercontinental ladder match, or any title match for that matter, ladder match that had Goldust in it. I have to Google the internet for it.
Has he never been in an intercontinental ladder match?
I'm struggling, but like
especially
I said,
with how synonymous he was with that belt.
I know.
Huh. Because that's usually the belt they go through. Is like, man, we need a ladder match. What's the IC title doing? Nothing.
Put everybody in that one.
Put everyone in that.
But I like that you did it with this one.
Yeah. I'm about to say. I figured it was easier. So O'Hare eventually drops Goldust. He's reaching for the title, and then Billy, as Goldust is falling, it catches him.
Oh, that's poetic right there.
And then stands him up, and together they lift the ladder. O'Hare falls backwards into Kane and the Samoan SWAT team. And they climb the ladders together. Goldust gets a belt. Billy gets a belt. Billy and Goldust are the tag team champions.
That's babyface right there. That's so babyface.
Crowd loses it. There's a child crying in the front row. Yada yada.
Do you know why this is so important?
What?
So the prior match to this, right? Two matches prior to this. Two matches prior to this. The heels went over with Victoria shaving Molly's head.
The other Raw match.
Yes, and so the reason I'm so glad that you had the babyfaces go over at the conclusion of your tag team championship match is because up next is the Cruiserweight Championship match where Rey Mysterio defends and loses to Matt Hardy. And so,
I love Matt.
And so here's the thing. It's identical to the Open. Because didn't Matt hold the rope when he won the match in the opening of the contest?
Yep.
We'll do the match exactly the same, except now, I think Matt was coming in as champion. I know for a fact Matt was coming in as champion and he retained. Here, Matt comes in as challenger and wins.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm glad you had the babyface victories, because I'm doing the dirty heel tactics.
Shame on you.
But again, much like the Jericho Shawn Michaels match.
Yep.
No need to change a thing.
I was about to say the match was great.
The only thing that changes is Matt doesn't walk in with
the belt.
Yeah. Well,
actually, other than that,
that's it. That's what changes. So beautiful.
Yeah, good stuff. Can't argue with that. Love Matt. Shame Ray lost, but can't win them all, I guess.
By the
what's up?
Spoiler for next episode. Spoiler for next episode or next SmackDown.
You want to hear it? If you don't want to hear it, skip ahead slightly.
The reason Rey Mysterio loses is this loss is what allows him to loosen his morals enough to be comfortable with Chavo and Eddie easing cheating into his life. Yes.
Wow.
So it's like it's all meant to be.
Fair enough. Ray's never been a heel. This whole
He's not even heel, so he's not
right.
even,
Right.
yeah. He's, correct.
But he's like,
right.
Okay, I don't like it, but I'm not going to stop it.
Exactly, because that's him stopping the cheating is what led to him losing the match to begin with.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
all right, you know what? Everyone else is cheating now.
It's like
I'm not going to do it, but you do.
Yeah, it's like it's the Batman line from Batman Begins. I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Exactly.
Yeah, that one. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
You're up next.
Yes, I am. And we have Jazz versus Trish Stratus for the Women's Championship. So, I distinctly remember this match. I don't remember if it was this WrestleMania.
It wasn't. Before. It was before. And it was actually a 3-way.
Oh, that's right. Who else was in it?
Lita? Yeah. She can't be in this one.
Yeah.
Obviously. But
she's kind of lacking a neck.
Correct.
But
the year prior, in Real World, they had the 3-way for the title.
Right. And I remember it not being as great as it should have been, despite the names in it.
Absolutely.
And it might have had something to do with it having, probably 3 minutes.
Well, and it happened between Rock Hogan and Triple H Jericho.
Damn, they screwed him in
They put him in the death slot. Yeah, they put him in the death slot. But that's the beautiful thing is, so we don't do that. We try not to do that.
I'm about to say, obviously there's no real life crowd to judge if this is the death spot or not.
Of course. But my thing is, generally speaking, that spot where you put a cool down match, which often WWE would make the ladies match.
Yeah. Which now AEW is doing.
Is between a hot match and main event match, and then they put cool down spot in between. Yeah. But it's funny. I actually, just spoiler for the end of the show, my goal is to make that cool down match a must-see match.
Makes sense. So we have Jazz versus Trish, women's title match, WrestleMania. I want to give them at least like 15, 20 minutes here to just do their thing.
Yeah, 8-hour show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 12 matches. Yeah, probably would equate to 8 hours in real life, in all honesty. But
I get your point, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, I don't have to actually sit through it, so.
Yes.
But a lot of action here. Basically, we're just gonna go ahead and skip to the finish. So Jazz has Trish up, hits her with a buckle bomb, which I think is the first buckle bomb in the history of this company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Is going for the triple power bomb. As she's in there, Trish rakes the eyes, gets a good old eye rake.
Love it, yeah.
Love the classics. Slips down, hits her with the chick kick. Knows for a fact that's not going to beat Jazz. Lets her stand back up, hits her with another chick kick, and then nails her with the Stratisfaction to get the 1, 2, 3 and retain the women's championship.
That surprises me, but also pleases me.
Hey.
Because I like to be surprised.
Hey, listen, you gotta love the pleasant surprises.
And so I have a quick question for you.
What up?
Do you know the health status of your Dave Bautista?
Yeah, he still can't move his arm.
Okay, can't move the arm. Dang.
If you want him to walk out there, that's about all he can do.
So he definitely will be present. I was just hoping he could do something physical, but if he can't do anything physical...
So at this point in time, Batista was rehabbing.
Here's my question.
In real life.
It is an arm injury, correct?
Correct.
So he's able to run?
Yes.
He's able to... I'm going to say he's able to front roll.
It's a pec injury, so theoretically, yes.
Yeah, well... In my imagination...
No, it's a pec. It doesn't matter.
In my imagination, he's going to front roll. Okay. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So,
be an athlete. All right.
While this is the only
SmackDown versus Raw match,
interpromotional match, exactly, I'm just going to take the reins here, if you don't mind.
It was your idea, so
thank you. And anyway. The fact is, SmackDown will win the match because The Undertaker works for SmackDown and The Undertaker doesn't lose. Yeah, streak, exactly. So that's the reason I was taking the lead on this match.
This match is all Oz's idea, so I'll let him do his brainchild.
So, the reason I ask what Batista is capable of is because on the actual WrestleMania 19, the old orange man, as Josiah has dubbed him,
the Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa, yes, Hulk Hogan wrestled Vince McMahon. We don't do that.
Because we don't need to.
Well, there's no sense in it, yes. Yeah. But what I do is, do you remember when Eazy-E welcomed the Deadly Riders to Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Who is best buds with Eric Bischoff?
A lot of people. You're really gonna nail
Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
And so Hogan, who also is a motorcycle enthusiast.
I keep forgetting that. Yeah.
Yes. So during this match, where Chuck Palumbo and The Undertaker are beating on Ric Flair and Randy Orton, Dave Bautista stands up. He walks up the steps. He doesn't like pull himself up, but he walks up the steps.
I have an idea what you're doing there. All right.
So, and Hulk Hogan rides his motorcycle out or down the ramp, right? And Dave, who's wagging his finger in Hogan's face, he's Hogan vrooms, right? Yeah. And so then Dave rolls out of the way when Hogan rides around ring. Then as he circles back around the ring, he then chases Batista out.
Fair enough.
Undertaker hits, Undertaker and Chuck hit Stereo last rides. Palumbo on Orton and Undertaker on Flair. Because the reason I'm having Undertaker pin Ric Flair is because, do you know why?
Did he pin him in real life?
At WrestleMania 18 in real life, Ric Flair is how The Undertaker got his 10th WrestleMania victory. But in our world, The Undertaker defeated Steve Austin at WrestleMania 18, so I'm giving The Undertaker his victory over Ric Flair a year later.
Fair enough.
And so that is how the first ever interpromotional match from Raw and SmackDown goes at WrestleMania 19.
Fair enough. What's next, Oz?
Well, this is a copy and paste match from the real show. We will copy the match between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and just paste it right here. Not a thing changes.
This is where you pause the video, go to your whatever. I'm about to say it's on
Peacock.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Peacock, YouTube. Find it.
DVD. I got those.
Yeah, I got the DVD too, actually. Watch the match. Come back here. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed because it's good stuff.
And
But the thing is, that's the beauty of keeping pieces of history in places. I don't have to describe it to you. You can just enjoy it yourself. And now it is time for your United States Championship match.
yes, sir. We have Perk Angle at his prime, baby. Peak Perk, if you will, coming out with Stacy Keibler. Wrestling Greatest Tag Team, obviously not coming out because God, that match. And in out comes your boy Christian, United States Champion. Christian, the babiest of baby faces. Crowd is loving the energy.
Safeco Field is going bananas.
Crazy for Christian. And these two just have the, casual Mad Classic,
I would wager,
yeah,
and I could be wrong, but I would wager that these guys have had at least 2 or 3 classics in TNA wrestling.
without a doubt.
Because they were among the best in that company for quite a while.
Yeah, because Christian, while he was there, was the top champion for a while.
Do you know how many pins and submissions that he took while he was there?
Probably like 2.
I think about 1 each.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So he was one of the most protected people, and it's
As he
smart.
should be.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm about to say, that's how you book.
I think Jeff Jarrett made a wise decision while doing that.
I agree. Especially because I was shocked that it was somebody that wasn't Jeff Jarrett that had that record.
Yes.
But yeah, so a lot of this match, Christian's actually somehow out wrestling Kurt.
Oh, beautiful.
And he's doing it by simply getting in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Every couple seconds, he's rubbing his bald head. Say at one point he spit shines it for him.
That's good.
Say Kurt's getting real mad, and it's causing him to make mistakes. Of course, this is when Stacy does her job, brings him down, says, "Okay, I need you to settle down. You need to remember why you're here. You need to remember where you're at."
Yeah, it's so great to have that statistician, that thoughtful character in your corner.
Indeed. And so, back in comes Kurt. Nails a German suplex on Christian. And so, it's hard to explain this without it sounding like he kills Christian, but he German suplexes him out of the ring, but like you seen how like Kane like rolls backwards out of the thing? So that's kind of how Christian lands.
Okay.
So like he throws him, he hooks the rope so he doesn't fly.
Yeah.
Then just kind of lands on his feet, and bounces, and
Very cool.
But
well, and what I was gonna say is I can remember Sean and Kurt doing a German off the apron. Now it was super protected. It was as protected as you could protect.
I'm about to say because Sean has no back.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah. So I have full faith that these folks know what they're doing.
If I have any two people on the planet is like, I need you to safely German suplex a man out of the ring.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, Kurt, Christian, do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But eventually the match breaks down. So Christian is going for a top rope kill switch. So like Kurt was going for a moonsault.
Okay.
Obviously crotched him. Christian is turning him. He's got him. He's got him in position. The crowd's losing it, and he jumps and Kurt pushes him.
Oh.
Christian lands on his back. Obviously rolls into position for the moonsault. Kurt does like a Kevin Owens style, like just jumps, turns around, and then hits the moonsault. Because he's a freak athlete.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just talking earlier today to Ahmed about how that Kurt was always so casual about his athleticism when it comes to guys on the top rope. I'll just casually just jump up there, grab you, and belly to belly you out of the.
I was about to say, that spot LA Knight sometimes hits,
yep.
but he doesn't always hit it perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah, Kurt just does that by accident.
It's natural, yeah.
Like one fluid motion.
Yeah.
But hits the moonsault, snaps on the ankle lock. Ankle lock so far, three applications, 3 wins. Crowd seen him use it all throughout the U.S. title tournament. They know how dangerous it is. Christian knows how dangerous he is. He tries to roll out, kick him off. Kurt just rolls him right back. Tries to do that classic counter up, just rolls through and he flies in the turnbuckle. Kurt doesn't go for it.
Right.
He's got it right back in. Christian so close to the ropes. Kurt pulls him back, slaps on the grapevine. Christian is dying. Fades. He's out. Referee does the 3-arm drops. He's out of there. Kurt Angle wins the U.S. title.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful booking right there. So,
I believe we have an IC title match.
We do. So, what I was going to say is, with the changing of the United States Championship, you have to think: is Jamie Noble
gonna retain? Can he do it?
Yeah. Is he going to fall to the former Intercontinental Champion
after an insane gauntlet match he did on
King William? Exactly. Well, and the other thing is, if you remember right, when King William, back when he was just William Regal,
back in the day,
when he won the title from Edge, it was quite the encounter. But the funny thing is, Edge and Jamie Noble are not the same wrestler. They're not the same stature. But what Jamie Noble has is an unrelenting determination to prove himself, not just to his opponents, but to the crowd.
Yeah.
And so this semi-main event, it to me exists in this spot to show the world that Jamie Noble is and can be the future of this company.
I love it.
And that's why within this contest, I give him as many of the radical type spots as you can do.
I like it.
He's got the maple leaf of Malenko. He's got the rings of Saturn of Perry Saturn.
I love it.
Like he's
really applying that submission expertise.
Yes, and the thing is, like, the reason I think the Radicals are such a good shout for Jamie the character is because they were what they called Sami Zayn in NXT, the underdog from the underground. And that is the way.
Phenomenal nickname, by the way.
Absolutely, but it's the way that I envision the Radicals. They were underdogs from previously Japan, then ECW, then WCW, and now they're underdogs within WWE. That is how I envision Jamie Noble's character, is an underdog that will fight with all he has to overcome all odds.
I love it.
And if you don't mind, I would like to pull the ace from your sleeve and use it here tonight. Thank you.
By all means.
So, I've had an opportunity to rewatch the early days of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but at Backlash of 2002, Josiah did something twice, and I'm going to do it here in the semi-main event when King William, when he pulls out the power of the punch, when he pulls out the brass knucks, when he hits Jamie Noble with the power of the punch, and the referee doesn't see.
Of course.
Regal slides the knucks out of the ring, pins Jamie, and Jamie kicks out at 1. And exactly, the crowd goes crazy. It's like, what in the... This guy literally used a foreign object, hit you in the head, but you're so headstrong. And as a matter of fact, I might even give him that nickname, Headstrong Jamie Noble.
I'm with it.
Because after this point, I'm going to stick with that. From this point on, Headstrong Jamie Noble. So after he kicks out Regal, he's livid. He grabs the referee. He grabs Nick Patrick by that blue shirt, and he's like, how did this happen? And so at this point, Jamie grabs the back of Nick Patrick's shirt. He pulls him away from Regal, who loses his grip. Jamie headbutts Regal.
Oh my God.
So again, headstrong. And as Regal is woozy, as he's struggling, that's when Jamie kicks Regal in the gut. He's bent over. Jamie, he runs from one rope. He bounces off the other. He takes out his leg.
Yeah.
Regal is now down.
He kicks his leg out of his leg.
Yeah, exactly. So basically it's chop block, right?
Yeah,
so his son's missing. He's holding his leg. Jamie, he plays to the crowd. He looks at him. He stomps on his arm. He grabs it, puts it between his legs, wrenches back on his face, puts him in the cross face. Actually, no, we're not cross facing it up. It'll be the third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. Jamie Noble, he took out the gut, he took out the leg, took out the arm. This point, William Regal's down. Jamie Noble grabs William Regal's throat and puts on the bulldog choke. That's the third time he wants this move. Puts on the bulldog choke, and William Regal taps out. Quick, no struggle, none. He gives up. He's like, I don't want to knock out. He's like, I don't want to lose no brain cells. He's like, this guy's crazy. I don't know. Like,
he's insane. There's nothing I can do to stop him.
And so it's in this moment, it's in this finish, is when Taz says, Jamie Noble is so headstrong. You see that he took that power of the punch. He took them brass knucks. He's like, Joey Numbers, he ran the numbers. I can't believe it. Everybody thought King William was winning. And so,
I love that you put on a New York accent for that.
I love Taz. Taz is so great.
Imagine that.
But yeah, so like I said, in
I love this so much.
In this semi-main event, Jamie Noble retains the Intercontinental Championship that he won at the Royal Rumble from Chavo Guerrero, who, mind you, was the man who won the tournament when Eddie Guerrero relinquished the Intercontinental Championship when he did the elective ascension to challenge Triple H at Starrcade. Yeah. Now, speaking of Triple H and the title that Eddie did not beat him for, that undisputed Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Championship, it is time for the main event of WrestleMania 19.
Whew. I'm not gonna lie, man. We went through a lot to get here.
That's true.
A whole lot. So since this is a joint title, did you have any ideas?
There's only one thing, and you know what it is. There's one thing that has to remain in this match.
All right. Well, since we got to finish. So beforehand, I'm just gonna throw it out there to save some time. Tori and Stephanie come to the ingenious decision. It takes a lot of convincing for Stephanie to agree to this, but she does feel for the sanctity of the main event, Evolution is banned from ringside, and so is Paul Heyman.
Oh, okay, that seems fair.
Because fair is fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Paul comes out, gives Brock his coaching, says, "You got this. You don't need any advice from me." So not really too much coaching.
Yes.
But pats him on the back and says, "Get out there and go win the championship."
Yes.
Crowd goes wild.
So I just got to interrupt real quick and say I'm so glad we never broke them up. It was one of the worst decisions he ever made.
Any goddamn sense. Literally 0 sense, especially because he left him for Big Show.
And then left Big Show a month later for Kurt.
Yeah, which is, I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yes.
Because Kurt doesn't need anyone to talk for him either.
Yep.
it was like a threefold.
Bad decision.
Before I go on a tangent.
Yes.
So I do decide to keep the shooting star press spot.
It's the only thing you have to keep. Yeah.
It is kind of iconic.
Well, not only is it iconic, but it is one of the rules of the game, which is you can't unbook injuries. And if you're gonna keep an injury, you might as well keep a spectacular looking one. Like, my goodness.
So the only thing I'm gonna change is because I think Kurt was actually supposed to be hit with the shooting star press and he just missed. So I'm just gonna actually have Triple H move.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's gonna do the thing. So I didn't realize this until Ric Flair pointed out one day, but he said in an interview, these young guys are idiots, man. They all roll out to dodge dives when they should roll into the buckles.
Yes.
So they don't get hit by like legs or anything.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So that's what Triple H does. He rolls in.
The cerebral assassin is going to think his way out of a spot. Of course.
Brock, of course, lands on his head. The crowd goes, ooh.
Yes. And then Brock says, "Where am I?
What's my name?" I can't remember because I think they just went straight to the finish after that.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. Like,
oh my! Check this out.
Yeah.
Check this out. That was supposed to be the finish.
The shooting star.
It was, but Brock didn't make it, right?
Yeah, he didn't.
It came up short, and so that's when Kurt says, "Just hit me with the F5."
Okay.
And on autopilot, nobody's home. The lights aren't, nobody's home. Brock does it, and that's when they go to the finish. It's because the shooting star was supposed to be the amazing moment, and then Kurt was like, "Oh crap, let's improvise."
That makes it, man. First of all, props to Kurt Angle for that call on the fly.
Yes, absolutely.
So
like a selfish man would have said, "I guess I win."
Actually, if it was Triple H in that situation, he probably would have just said, "Just lay down, okay." But so obviously Triple H picks him up. He goes for the pedigree. Brock just turns around to an F5 and pins him.
Beautiful, yeah,
nice and simple.
Yes.
But 1, 2, 3. Aside from who he pinned, exact same moment at Mania.
Yeah, and I can show you the glassy-eyed look on his face and everything. Unfortunately,
unfortunately, nice and easy.
But it was such a great match.
It was so spectacular. Honestly, Triple H, I mean, despite his long ass WrestleMania matches, is known to have good matches.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I liked Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person on the planet that liked that look with the whatever the tassel thing. I was like, oh, I'm into it. I liked his hair. I thought it was interesting.
It was unique.
It was unique, yeah, and I like unique. But the thing is, Rocky Maivia to me was just a good-looking fellow until I watched him wrestle Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and then I said, "Oh, this guy knows how to wrestle."
Yeah,
I was like,
"That's valid."
I was like, "All right," and that's the beauty of Triple H is that he is able to
bring the best out of people.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, yes. A lot of people have had excellent matches with him, and as much as I disliked the Goody Two Shoes John Cena era, John Cena and Triple H have had some oh my goodness, it's like it's unrealistic how good some of their matches have been.
Yeah.
And so
definitely should not have been as good as they were.
Yes.
For sure.
And so, man, that was a beautiful WrestleMania. I appreciate you so much for all the help.